Welcome to Letting Grow, the podcast about one of the spiritual journey's most difficult and courageous moments, letting go of who we think we should be so we can grow into who we most deeply are. I'm your host, Claire Villarreal, and I appreciate your joining me today. Hello friends, I have a few short announcements for you this Wednesday. The first one is probably the most obvious. The full episode for this week is not coming out on Wednesday. The story behind that is that last week I thought I was going to make one episode, and instead I kind of accidentally ended up making 2 episodes on the 6 realms of rebirth. It's a really important idea in Tibetan Buddhism, and it's just helpful for understanding Buddhist teachings more broadly, especially teachings on rebirth. So if you missed those, I would invite you to go back and listen to them. But the reason I'm talking about that is that for the first time, I released a podcast episode late. I released it on Friday instead of Wednesday. And I figured, nobody's going to listen. It's going to be over the weekend. And instead, more people listened. So that is announcement number 1. I'm going to just try releasing podcasts on Fridays because it looks like maybe the weekend is a better time to listen to a completely optional podcast on, death, rebirth, and the other really cool and important things in life. My next announcement is that I will be doing a short, live, free video call next Thursday, February the 11th, from noon Central Time to 12:45, and I'm going to talk about rebirth. Surprise! So if you would like to interact live and ask some questions about this topic, or just get more of a deep dive on the topic in a live setting where you can interact, please join me. You can find a link to sign up for that in the show notes. And finally, possibly my most important announcement, I want to give a big shout out to the people around the world who are listening to this podcast. I'm from the US, so it's not surprising that most of the listeners are from the US and also Canada, which is another place where I spend a lot of time. My partner is from up there. But we also have listeners in Mexico and Brazil and South Africa and Spain and the UK and the Netherlands and Belgium and Germany and Poland and Austria and Italy and Sweden and Russia and Japan and Taiwan and the Philippines and Australia. So I am so grateful to each of y'all for tuning in, and I'm so glad that you get something out of this. And please let me know what you think about the show. Leave a review. You can write me. You'll find my email address in the show notes. Sign up for that live session and we can meet sort of virtually face-to-face. So thank you so much, and I hope that you continue to find value in these episodes, and please share with a friend. If you are enjoying this podcast and you know someone who also might enjoy it, please just pass it along to them too. So thanks so much for your time, and I will talk to you on Friday. Thanks for coming along for today's exploration of the process of letting grow. If you found this episode helpful, please share it. And subscribe now so you're always in the loop. For links to more content related to today's episode, please see the show notes. See you again next week.